Not yet. So why is it like two places? Can't I just take one of these off?
You should be able to.
How?
Why is there two?
Duplicate scenes.
Oh no, one's just a preview of where you're.
How do I stop it?
It's just a preview. It doesn't.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that's
it's just
that.
showing you what it'll actually look like because you need to make it so it's like you don't want just a big. I mean, unless you do, you could have it as like your chat, and then there's like a box behind, black box behind it because it won't be transparent, or you could have it fully
Oh shit.
transparent, and then it's just the writing that shows up. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
Yeah. So
That's why it's previewing it like that, so the head lets you, have the
why
obviously.
won't it fucking why won't it do this then? It was doing it earlier.
I'm not sure.
Connect streaming software. So just a second. I think if I can you go to my YouTube channel and see what's on there?
Sure.
What's on there?
You're live right now.
Okay, I know I'm live, but what's click the live
Just shows you eating, setting up your stream.
with my telephone in my hand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I do now is I go to whoops. I go to
Press the three little dots that your chat at.
press what?
The three little dots. Go back.
Only things.
Heart is pounding.
This is very hard to do.
We both.
Press my three little what?
Go to your live stream. Go back to your YouTube.
Go back to my YouTube.
That's in your search right now. Go back to your YouTube.
I'm here now.
Okay. Press the three little dots on top of the chat.
Yeah.
What does it say?
Community moderation,
Pop up
participants.
chat. Press pop up chat.
Whoops. Yeah.
And then on there should be some sort of URL. Press the three little dots again. It's on.
There's live URLs up there.
Okay, there you go. Copy. Go paste that in there, and then boom.
Paste that where? Just open up browser.
You already have made. Did you not make it already?
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay, so you need to add it in there.
So take that out.
Well, what is that?
That's your OBS project.
Yeah, take that out and then copy and paste that URL.
And then go okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Just a second. Oh, excuse me. Now, how does this? That's the YouTube chat.
It's in your YouTube. Now you need to make sure it's in your OBS.
Now I need to take this and move it over here. And then I need to open up. No, I don't want this. I just need to go to, what's a good news site?
I have no idea.
So I can just do this. Oh, that's the live chat like that. And I can make this a bit smaller. How do you lapse this so it can go over under? Can you do that? And can it like can you see both things? Like so the like this is like what am I saying? If you're looking at my computer screen, if you're looking at my YouTube right now, can this be smaller, like or less bright, so you can kind of see two things at the same time?
Just trying to think. If you stream on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Then you don't really need your chat on.
Because anyone else that's on my YouTube will see it.
Yeah, everyone that's watching you from YouTube already can see the chat, and then you can already just watch the chat.
All right, so I can just remove it. I can just watch the chat.
You can just watch it through YouTube. Just like go onto YouTube, search you up, and watch you live.
All right. I'm on. I'm on right now, and people are listening to me. If anyone's on, but no one's on probably.
There's 2 people watching you now.
Ah, yeah, you and me.
Then yeah.
Oh well.
No, there's one other person. Left Coast Graphics. This channel needs more dancing girls.
See, I need to go. So what I need to do now is that I'm here. I need to go to
The person. Left Coast Graphics. This channel needs more dancing girls.
Okay, so there it is. So just the main thing is, so what I need how do to do now take the 2 pictures here off? I need to Steam 1. It says preview, stream 1, Steam 1, Steam 1. I need to go to
The person. Left Coast Graphics. This channel needs more dancing girls.
Okay, so there it is. That's so just the main thing is, so what I need how do I take the 2 pictures off? I need to Steam 1. It says preview, stream 1, Steam 1, Steam 1. I need to go to. That's just me and you talking, son.
Person. Left Coast Graphics. This channel needs more dancing girls.
Okay, so there it is. That's so just the main thing is, so what I how do I take the 2 pictures off? I need to Steam 1. It says preview, stream 1, Steam 1. I just fucked it up. I just lost my OBS. Just me and you talking, son.
Person. Left Coast Graphics. This channel needs more dancing girls.
Okay, so there it is. That's so just the main thing is, so what I how do I take the 2 pictures off? I need to. You did this before. Steam 1. It says preview, stream 1, Steam 1. I just fucked up. I just lost my OBS. Just me and you talking, son. Okay, so there it is. That's so people are just the main thing is, how do I take the 2 this is just off? Brand new to this, so God bless you. Steam 1. It says preview, stream 1. Tell me what you want to see here. I just fucked up. I just lost my OBS. Just me and you talking, son. You want to watch this gimbal? So people are just the main thing is, how do I take the 2 this is just brand new to this, so God bless you. Steam 1. It says preview, stream 1. Tell me what you want to see here. I just fucked up. I just lost my OBS. Just me and you talking, son. Congress. You want to watch this gimbal? So people are just the main thing is, how do I this is brand new to this, so God bless you. Steam 1. It says preview. Tell me what you want to see here. I just fucked up. I just lost my OBS. Just me and you talking, son. Congress. You want to watch this gimbal? So people are just the main thing is, how do I this is brand new to this, so God bless you. Steam 1. It says preview. Tell me what you want to see here. I just fucked up. I just lost my OBS. Just me and you talking, son. Congress. You want to watch this gimbal? So people are just the main thing is, how do I this is brand new to this, so God bless you. Steam 1. It says preview. Tell me what you want to see here. I just fucked up. I just lost my OBS. Just me and you talking, son. Congress. You want to watch this gimbal? So people are just the main thing is, how do I this is brand new to this, so God bless you.
We can even want it says preview.
Tell me what you want.
Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I'm here to give you
Good morning, guys. Here in Las Vegas.
That's Vegas, dude.
Okay, guys. We're back. We are back. We are back. Give me 1 second. Almost figured it out. Almost. We are back. We are back. Give me 1 second. Almost figured it out. Almost. All right, friends. You are going to watch this meathead walk away. We are back. We are back. Give me 1 second.
Here we go.
Almost figured it out. Almost.
So I thought it might be fun for us to do this again. Bon matin. Every morning I've woken up as Prime Minister. I've been inspired by the resilience, the generosity, and the determination of Canadians. It is the driving force of every single day I have the privilege of serving in this office. That is why, since 2015, I've fought for this country, for you, to strengthen and grow the middle class. Why we rallied to support each other through the pandemic, to advance reconciliation, to defend free trade on this continent, to stand strong with Ukraine and our democracy, and to fight climate change and get our economy ready for the future. We are at a critical moment in the world. Mes chers Canadiens, à chaque matin,
Every morning, I've woken up as Prime Minister, and I've been inspired by the resiliency and the generosity and the determination that characterizes Canadians. This is what has driven me on a daily basis, and it's been a privilege to be Prime Minister. This is why, since 2015, I fought for this country, for you, Canadians, to strengthen the middle class. That's why Canadians mobilized to support each other during the pandemic, to move reconciliation forward, to defend free trade on our continent, and to support Ukraine and democracy, and to fight against climate change as well, and to prepare the economy for the future. We're really going through a critical time in world history.
Friends,
This is
you all
crazy,
know,
hey, buddy?
I'm a fighter. Every bone in my body
Have
has
you watched
always
this yet?
told me to
I
fight
know, Rick, it's
because I
awesome.
care
I figured it
deeply
out. You're awesome.
about Canadians. I care deeply about this country, and I will always
my
be
mullet?
motivated by what is in the best interest of Canadians.
You can
And the
figure
fact
shit out.
is, despite best efforts to work through it, Parliament has been paralyzed for months after what has been the longest session
This is
of
where
a
he doesn't
minority
get it.
parliament
Parliament
in
has
Canadian.
not been closed down for months or paralyzed. It's been choked up because everyone wants him to fucking bounce. Bro, it's bounce or bounce. Bounce.
in history.
Now he's finally bouncing.
That's why this morning I advised the
want
Governor
something else?
General
I
that
can-
we
I can
need
find
a
another,
new session of Parliament.
Something else on.
She has granted this
There's lots of
request,
things on.
and the House will now be prorogued until March 24th. Over the holidays, I've also had a chance to reflect and have had long talks with my family about our future. Throughout the course of my career, any success I have personally achieved has been because of their support and with their encouragement. So last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today. I intend to resign as party leader, as Prime Minister,
Hallelujah.
after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process. Last night, I asked the President of the Liberal Party to begin that process. This country deserves a real choice in the next election, and it has become clear to me that if I'm having to fight internal battles, I cannot be the best option in that election. Mes chers amis, comme vous savez, je suis un fighter. Dans mon fort intérieur,
Friends,
je me suis toujours battu.
I've always been a fighter. I've always been a fighter because I really care for Canada and Canadians, and I've always been driven by what's in the best interests of Canadians as well. And the fact is that despite our best efforts to get through the parliamentary impasse, Parliament has been paralysed for months after the longest minority parliament in the history of our country. This is why this morning I met with the Governor-General to tell her that we need a new parliamentary session,
this shit.
and she granted that.
Let's do this, bro. Turn this on in the background. You're probably working right now. Let me turn this on.
Okay, so there's a lot of distrust, generally speaking, in relationship to, I would say, establishment organizations and political elites all across the West. A lot of that well-earned. Why should Canadians believe that the vision that you just laid out is something that you hold personally dear and not merely what would you say, a set of carefully calculated campaign slogans?
Well, I look back at everything I've done for my entire political career to the time I was a teenager. You know, some people even dug up my old university essays, and I've been saying precisely the same thing the entire time. You know, when I was 20, I wrote an essay as Prime Minister I would, and the title was Building Canada on Freedom. And the entire piece was about making the government small and maximizing personal freedom. So that's basically what I'm doing now.
So you have consistency
well, there were
going
things,
for you.
when I launched my leadership race, I literally had the same language in my leadership launch speech that I had put in that essay 22 or 23 years earlier. And when I was part of the Harper government, we basically fought for and did the same things then that I'm proposing to do now. So as much as you can be assured of anything any political leader says, I've got evidence to back it up.
Okay, so one of the things that's been very distressing to observe, I would say, and I'm going to use the UK as an example. I mean, the UK had 14 straight years of Conservative government.
Yeah.
And, you know, as far as I'm concerned, thank God for that, because it could have been Labour. But having said that, they fell 100% prey to the blandishments of the net zero types and brought forward really a catastrophic energy policy. And the UK is suffering dreadfully for that. And their immigration policy, I mean, Keir Starmer apologized for it, which was something remarkable to behold, and so did Kemi Badenoch, who now runs the Conservatives in the UK. Now, the reason I'm bringing them up as an example is because, well, they were a Conservative government, and they certainly didn't govern by anything approximating Conservative principles. And so how do you feel about the probability that if the Conservatives in Canada take power, that they'll be enticed into this global utopian delusion that seems to have enveloped so many leaders, kind of regardless of their political stripe? What do you think, if anything, can inoculate you or has inoculated you against that?
I know better.
Well, elaborate. What do you mean?
I'm not going to do that. And it will be hard, because the temptation will be, this is the mistake that conservative parties around the world have made countless times. They think, well, anybody who's got a conservative mindset is already voting for me, so I can go off and chase the ideas of my political opponents, and then everyone will love me, because I'll have the Conservatives due to the fact that I have the name Conservative, and then I'll have all these other people because I've embraced their contrary direction. And in the short term, it works, because you manage to have all of these people under, and all of the different political ideologies captured in one tent. But the problem happens when the policies are a disaster. And then people wake up and go, oh my God, my taxes are now up, the inflation is out of control, the deficit is spiraling, there's crime on the streets. So does the temptation exist to try and take on the political policies of the socialists in the short term? Sure, but it's one that I will fiercely resist, because I know that by the 4th year of my mandate, people would be enraged because their lives would be even worse. So it will be tough, though. Like, it's going to be a trade-off.
The temptation. I mean, I think many leaders fall prey to the temptation to shine on the international stage, right? I mean, I can't remember who it was in the UK. I believe it was the previous Labour Party leader who said that decisions in Westminster were essentially irrelevant because all the important things were happening internationally, right? And so if people are involved in status climbing and they hit the national pinnacle, there's the international world to, what would you say, to dominate or to impress. And that's, I think that the power of that temptation, or even of that peer pressure, can't be underestimated. So, okay, so now you've been, these events, these 600 events that you've gone to, so let's say that's something approximating 1,000 to 1,200 since we last talked. You spent a lot of time speaking to, and I presume listening to, ordinary Canadians. I heard you make a speech in the House of Commons that went viral in the last couple of weeks, and you spoke very persuasively on behalf of working class Canadians. And so tell us what you've learned, what you've heard over the last couple of years, and how that's shaped you and changed you, let's say, as you've moved from, as you shifted your position up the political hierarchy and are poised, really likely to take the reins in Canada at some point in the next year. You've listened to all these people, and so what have you learned, and what has it made you convinced of, let's say?
Well, first of all, there's the bad news and the good news. The bad news is that people feel like they've done absolutely everything right, and their lives are trapped. Young people say, look, okay, I went through, I got an education, I work nonstop, and I have made the calculation that there is no mathematical path for me to own a house. It's just not possible. In Toronto here, for example, if you take the average income and the average house price, it would take you 29 years to save up for a down payment. So, if you're
for a down payment,
not to pay it off, forget paying it off. And so if you're a young woman who's got a biological clock, obviously, well, do the math. You start off at, let's say you're 25. Well, you're going to be in your 50s before you can afford the average house. So how are you ever going to have kids? And
that's about the time when people think about downsizing from their house.
That's what they used to think about downsizing. And, they usually had their house paid off back by the time they were in their early 50s. So just to show how dreadfully things have worsened, that's the picture of the youth. Then there's the kind of middle-aged people who do have kids already, and they're terrified of the dangers in the streets. I mean, our streets are just being overtaken by drugs and gangsterism, and other dangers, and they want safety again. And then you have business owners that are saying there's just no way to continue to compete